Just turning 21, Marine Greg Nelson was partying.
Met up with a few other friends at the bars and had quite a few drinks.
His friends urged him to go sleep it off at an apartment offered by another guy in the bar. Nelson later finds out he was a Navy sailor.
He comes back with a glass of water and a little white pill. And he says, "Here, take this. It's an Advil, it's a Motrin, whatever. You'll feel better in the morning."
What happened next was a bit of a blur.
So I lay down to try to go to sleep, and he comes over and he touches my leg and he says, "Is it okay if I touch you?" And I say, "No." And I black out at that point, and I have moments of consciousness where I can feel what's going on, and the best way to describe it is a vegetative state. You can feel what's happening, you can hear what's going on, but you can't speak, you can't see, you can't move.
Nelson's story is not unusual. Male-on-male attacks in the military happen more often than many people might think.
We have a long way to go in fighting the cultural stigmas that discourage reporting among men.
Military leaders are now turning for advice to Jim Hopper, an expert on male sexual abuse.
And so to come forward and tell someone that this has happened, it just completely flies in the face of how a man's supposed to be, and men are rightly afraid of being judged as less of a man, let alone less of a soldier.
An anonymous survey released last week found nearly 1% of males in the US military said they had experienced unwanted sexual contact. That's about 10,500 men. Nelson, who served 4 years in the Marine Corps, overcame his initial reluctance to report his assault.
The way that they handled it and the support that I received through my command is just outstanding, and I think it made recovering that much easier.
Although his case was not pursued for lack of evidence, Nelson is now comfortable speaking publicly about the assault and is urging others to also come forward. Tracy Brown, Associated Press.